Police Department. Hi, Carolyn.
Yes.
So Captain Walker, his shift ended at 3 or 4, rather. Apparently he was contacted by FC Bank. They wanted us to tell you that they don't want to be contacted by email, by phone. They don't want you at the property, and then the same with, I guess, works there. So basically no contact by phone or email with him, FC Bank, and they don't want you on the property, okay?
That's okay.
So if you have any questions, he said you can get a hold of him.
I'm fine. Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Are you in a group called, you're in a group, a hate group on Facebook.
I don't know any hate groups involved in though, but
You're in a hate group.
a hate group of what?
About me.
You're talking about the shenanigan thing?
And another one, they made it private.
Oh, that I don't know.
Your name's on the list.
My name?
Wireman and, who's, Charlie Brown?
Well, that's my Facebook name. It's Charlie Brown.
That's on it too.
Okay, I don't have a Wireman Facebook page.
No, not your Facebook. Your name shows up in the group,
Oh.
in the members, in the hate group.
It wouldn't be Wireman because nothing on there is
Charlie
me.
Brown.
Charlie Brown is, yes. I don't have any hate groups. I know that there's some council things that are on there that I follow to keep track of what's being said online, yeah.
In a hate group?
I don't know it to be a hate group. I know that there's people that put stuff that happens in the city council on there, so yeah, I keep track of that. But
Who's the basic person they talk about?
well, there's a lot of talk about you.
No, forget.
I don't know. I follow it for reasons outside of
So
getting
you
on
were
there.
you were not talked to by Oppenheimer?
Chief asked if I was part of these groups. Yes.
And what did you tell him?
I told him, yeah. No,
And what did he say?
He said just not to be participating in anything. He said I couldn't. It's not that I can't be in those groups. I just can't participate. Which I don't have anything against you. I just like.
Well, how do I know that? Because you're in a hate group against me.
I didn't know it as a hate group. I knew that it was a group on
It's
Facebook.
everything in there. So are you familiar with the fact that I filed a protection order?
I have no knowledge of that at all.
And then once I get my, that's on September 11th. Once I get that, then the big lawsuits are coming.
I got you.
So I'm not telling you what to do, not suggesting, I'm not being mean, but we've already copied lists with those names on it,
I got you.
okay? And that list will be going for court.
Well, that's fine. I still have the First Amendment right to be part of groups on Facebook. So
yeah, but I know
that
I was told that Mr. Oppenheimer was going to tell you guys that it didn't look good for the city, so you needed to get out of them.
That's not the message I received. Basically, it was not to communicate or participate in anything that was going on there, but it's not that we couldn't be on there. I follow things because the security of city council is my priority too, okay?
I'm city council.
I know.
So you're in a group that is aiming everything at me, but you're protecting something. Here's somebody coming.
That's the other officer there. I did not protect anything aside from the city and
well,
the
I'm
there.
suggesting there's a lot more coming on that you're going to know.
Well, you just have to understand that my reason for being in there is so I can see what is said. That way, if there is any issues, that I can be able to take care of that. Okay? I don't have anything against you. I think that there's a lot more big issues that the city needs to worry about. I will agree there.
Yeah, let us get back to our work.
That's what should happen. Yeah.
Let us get back to setting there what these people signed. We got into every meeting, takes over every meeting.
And I'm not saying I disagree.
She takes over every meeting, which takes us the thing where I did the parliament entry, where I wanted to shut that was because her whole talk that night was going to be based on invisible protection order.
I got you.
And that's what that was about. That's why she was talking about sexual offenders, because she sexual offender. And I didn't want that. I didn't want no comments that because of that. And I went through procedure right. I did everything right. And all just blew up. And they wanted to know what happens to council members when they do something bad from rules and procedures. Well, I showed them. And kept saying, well, what's your reprimand? What do you get, you know? I thought, okay.
And I don't know how much you follow other cities' councils and stuff, but Marion had an issue not too long ago with one of their council members being accused of rape. So, I mean, I follow multiple different city councils because I'm interested in what people are doing to make places better.
Well, maybe we can talk so I can pick your brain on stuff like that.
So politics is not something I really like.
I don't even call it politics. We're not.
I'll tell you what I would love to see city council be doing is getting the housing problem, because I talk to so many people that would love to live here if they could find a place to live. That's my big thing that I think the city should be focused on.
And here's what we are working on that hardly anybody knows. Everybody wants jobs. Okay? That's the first thing anybody wants. We want them too.
You got to get people to work those jobs too, though. That's
yeah.
the problem.
Well, we have all these people in these Facebook groups that, you know, give us a good factory job and we'll move it back. We'll work back in town.
Well, that's the problem, though.
Okay.
I see IB Tech. There's a lot of out-of-town people working there. So.
Right, but here's the thing I'm trying to tell you is the wastewater treatment plant, that has to be upgraded. It should have been upgraded. Was there? When we sat down, that's when we found out we have to do it right now because we're being fined every day. So that's when we brought in that big company.
I would say the last administration dropped the ball quite a bit on a lot of things.
So we brought the big company in, and that's why we raised the water rates on some.
Right.
Was because we had to start right now to be able to pay that first payment when it's due.
Right.
Of $52,000. So see, they told us we needed to get it, and it's in the process of getting.
Right.
We have to do that first because our water the water wouldn't hold in the treatment plant. That's why we ain't getting them.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you got to have the infrastructure behind that, and I get that.
Yeah, we didn't know. So we got plenty of ground.
Oh yeah, the industrial park's got lots of open space out there.
So that's the main thing.
I would agree.
So that's happening right now, but just nobody knows it because everybody's so caught up into this bullshit.
Well, there's a lot of sidetracked stuff going on.
This one right here is the biggest one. It's happened ever since we asked for the financial records for the Bucyrus Festival. That's when it all started.
I get it. And like I said,
everybody will tell you that's all it started.
Trust me, all of us, we have to work it. So, I mean, we know we're going to be there regardless. And if we don't have the manpower, then it's going to really suck for us. But, you know, the city shouldn't have to foot the bill. I don't agree either. So.
When we talked to I think was her name, when I talked to her, 5 decades before I sat down in that seat, the festival paid the city. It come out of the money they brought in, and they paid the city.
And that makes sense.
And then comes in, gets together, puts their little klitches together, and there's when the members were, that was your tax money, okay? And most of you didn't even know. Most of you didn't know. So then and I say, well, why don't they show us their tax numbers so we know, even if we're paying too much or what we can. Once I said that, our second council meeting comes in and tells everybody, I tried to contact him at work to talk to him about the Bratwurst Festival.
Right.
He didn't like that, so he got pissed over that. Come in, told council, they all need to vote me out.
I watch most of the council meetings. Lately I haven't really watched a whole lot, but the FC Bank told today, Captain Walker came back and said, hey, you got to go tell Carolyn this. I'm like, well, that's going to be a fun time. I'm sure she's not going to get mad at me, but he's like, well, I got to leave, but if she had any questions to ask him. He talked to somebody up there.
Wait, now, who said that?
Captain Walker.
Said what now?
He said that if you had any questions to talk to him, but he couldn't come out because it was the end of his shift. So I'm the officer in charge, so I got tasked to do it.
And you're fine.
He said that he talked to somebody there voiced his concerns to that person, and that person's above him or something, so they just asked to avoid any other issues with their business, just to avoid that.
And you know, it really isn't me. It called the bank.
I gotcha. He just told me.
Here's what happened. He has a lot of money. He banks at FC Bank.
I gotcha.
After I read the Crawford County Now paper that put a big thing in this last weekend.
Okay.
You got to get it and read it.
I don't think I've read that one.
Well, read it, because then you'll see what he did.
Okay.
He called FC Bank, talked to the president, and told the president if he did not fire his girlfriend, whose daughter, she works at another bank here. I can't think of what her name is. If he didn't fire both of them, he was moving all his money, and he's on a list of the millionaires.
Gotcha.
So he told him, he says, I'm going to move my money out of the bank. And I said, now that you said that, and he sent his I'm sorry, but see you later bye letter, I said, now you have to show him that you meant what you said. You have to move your money out of the bank and go somewhere else. There's other banks here in this town that would love to have your money.
I'd agree, yeah.
So move it. Just move it.
I gotcha. Yeah, like I said, he just told me that they mentioned you, so he wanted me to come down here and let you know that we don't have any issues.
Walker knows me very well.
He did say if you had any questions, he's back in tomorrow,
Yeah.
so you could talk to him. But he just told me to come down here and tell you
Well,
that.
listen.
So, like I said, the Facebook stuff, I'm not in there to participate. I'm
Even
just
in there.
I don't know who that is.
She works down in the water frickin' department.
Oh, okay. I know
They're everywhere.
I know it started out with your name, obviously, and then it went shenanigan or something. But
That
they
was
post a lot about. Like I said, I try to follow city council because I work here, and the city's state
good.
really does affect us. But I also like to know potential people who would be coming up causing problems, things like that. She's been up there. We've actually had to go talk to her because she thought somebody broke in her house and all this other stuff.
She was. You listen to that. Who do you think she blamed?
Well, I figured she'd probably blame certain people. I think Lieutenant Wolf handled that call, though. So.
Yeah. Well, who did she blame?
I didn't get to talk to her on that.
Let me tell you who she blamed.
But I assume she probably figured it was somebody.
Oh, here we go.
So.
When you went out and took that, where was her door?
I wasn't there.
Oh, you wasn't there.
I was working, but
okay.
Lieutenant Wolf
Here is who she's blaming. She got home literally 5 minutes after she read a text that I wrote. And have you ever heard the saying, for every day goes by, it's another day closer? She said, like, if you're going to go to Cedar Point,
right?
You got to wait 2 weeks, and you're just saying, man, every day goes by is another day closer, guys.
Right.
I've said that all my life.
I got you.
Because I said that, literally 5 minutes ago when she read it on a text, that means me broke into her house.
That's a stretch, but...
And also, when I went up to file my protection order, an hour later she comes up and files hers. Someone tipped her off in that office.
Gotcha.
Okay? Now, it's from Galleon and took his picture at the Bratwurst Festival. No idea what he looked like. Never spoke to him face to face, just in them little groups, and he would try to tell her what she's doing wrong, and everything she'd say, he'd back her in a corner with the truth. Well, don't you know, when she come around the corner to file hers, an hour after I filed mine, she put a protection order. Okay? But she put a protection order on me, because me have been threatening her and her family, and we are the ones that broke into her house. So if anything happens to me and my family, you make sure the police look into Carolyn.
I don't see you guys doing something like that, personally.
Do you know
I understand you guys are upset, but I don't think you'd do something crazy.
Do you know what the whole gameplay is?
I'm getting lost in the whole thing, to be honest with you,
Let
because
me
it's starting to
tell
get
you
way outside the scope of what I even know about.
Let me tell you what the game plan is. Go after Carolyn because of the Bratwurst festivals. All right? So they go on up, they start on cameras, wavelengths.
So I will say the cameras uptown are very helpful to us. I do appreciate having
Oh, and
those.
yes.
So
And they laughed at me
that's
because
one
I
thing
said,
that I don't understand. Like, that does help us all.
okay, so that's not where they're going. Okay, they're not thinking like. So then they go after wavelengths. Then they come over here, and they go after Carolyn for cheating on her taxes. This is why me and my husband don't live together, and we were turned into the ethics. And who?
Well, some people don't live together though, so I mean.
Well, I don't, because I can't stand him, and
Well,
he can't.
fair
And
enough,
it works
fair enough,
12
right?
years, and
Yeah.
I say that at council, and everybody knows my history.
No, some people probably shouldn't
You know?
live together. It's better when they
Oh
only
yeah,
see each other
because
once
I
in a
say,
while.
man, when I look enough to you, it's
Time-
adios,
time to go
bye.
home, yeah.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Right.
And it's like, okay. I said, y'all hate me because I'm doing what you wish you could do.
Oh yeah, that does work for a lot of people.
And of course, I'm outspoken. So then they go after that, and then they come back on, and now they want to know the towers, and now they want to know all of his information on IT and all of this, and then they come back over, and let's go after Carolyn's family. Now there's three investigations going on at the Board of DDs from. He's the one that they said did that at the pool.
I talked to Lieutenant, because I was there with Lieutenant Wolf. We were looking for the person, and then it came back. I think we found out somehow the plate that they were left in was like your husband's or something.
Yeah.
He said that there was nothing that he saw on the cameras that would even look like that. So,
Yeah, so he was, and you know what she did?
that's the lady at the pool, right?
Yeah, do you know what she did? She opened it up that me and could have sued the city and the police department no, not the police, the city and the manager because she works for the city.
Okay, I knew there was
So
some
we
issue
coulda-
with her saying stuff she probably shouldn't have said. and all
Yep,
that.
she.
It's reading order. I'm okay.
The whole thing was terrible. I mean, we didn't want to say nothing at first to keep it quiet. We had a big meeting, and Mr. Walker was there for that, so he knew here's what we wanted. We wanted the pool manager to be on a 90-day probationary period. So that in that 90 days she could be certified as a pool manager. She was not certified at all.
Gotcha.
No certification at all. Okay?
Because they have to have that for like the chemicals and stuff, right?
That's for everything.
Gotcha.
One of the rules, you have to be a manager of something for a year.
Oh, okay.
Because you're okay, but then there's others. So we decided, since they did this on his knees, let's get the Board of Disabilities involved and let them teach the manager and the lifeguards how to deal with people with disabilities when they come
Which is probably beneficial in a place like that, yeah.
Yeah, when they come to places like that.
Right.
That's all we did.
I got you.
That's all we did. We could have sued. So then when all this other shit come on, I couldn't put it out there that we were suing the pool because, there I am again, the same person that did all this shit with the Bratwurst Festival. So that would have just raised it up, and I said, hey, you know what, my question is, are you ready for the backlash you're going to get from the citizens? Good job. How are you going to handle that? And then it leads back to me. So I said, I think the best thing is just to keep it quiet. We're not going to sue the city. We're not going to sue the pool manager, but we want our demands met.
And I'd say that retraining type stuff is definitely fair.
So it's not that I'm getting anything. It's just what I think. He's like my boy. I'm going to fight for him come hell or high water.
I mean, allegations like that are pretty serious. And
He's going to live with that forever.
You know.
And so will my husband. You know why? Because it was his car.
Yeah.
It was his car, so whenever anybody sees that car that was called over the scanner and his name came back on it,
Yep.
there's the pervert, because nobody out in TV land knows that he was found.
I will say, when that came back with his name, I was like, I don't really see that happening, but I guess
With
we'll go
with whose name?
with his name, your husband's, because I was like,
Yeah.
that doesn't make much sense. Like, to be known in the community like that, you come out here doing weird stuff. I don't think so. And
No, he was at work.
yeah, we found out it was. I think Lieutenant Wolf was like, I watched the video. He like floated around a little bit. We didn't get do anything weird. So.
And Mr. Walker knows. He's in the choir at the Nazarene Church.
Okay.
So both of them know him because they're in the Passion Play together.
Okay.
So, I mean, all of these people know, and half this town say, I mean, that's all you got to do. He had 29 years out at Articat as a janitor.
Okay.
So, I mean, so when Wolf told me that right here at the door, I looked and go, no. I said, that's not even, no.
Right.
I said, that's character. That's nowhere in character. So, I think we
thankfully there was
that.
security cameras up there at the pool we could review and see, you know.
Right, and that's why but see, they're going after all that shit because it's what?
Just because who was involved with it. Right.
So see, that's where they're like Democrats falling off a hill, and the only thing they got to hold on to is anything they can reach out to grab, and it's only going to hold them for a little while till it falls, and then they got to go down until they catch on to something. That's exactly what these guys are doing to me, and that right there. Anything they can find, any of my past records, they called. I bet your mom is really proud of you to grow up to be a nobody like her. And I was like, my mom, I've outlived my mom. My mom was 62 when she died. And she died on an operating table, open heart surgery. And they put that about my mom, and I'm supposed to swallow.
Well, that's the thing is when you start getting outside of the scope
They
of just
went
the
way
professional
out.
side, you know, they're getting personal. That is an issue. I do agree with that.
They have gotten really personal. I mean, downright personal.
Like I said, I had to make a new Facebook because I got a different phone. My phone broke while at work the other day, and I think the only page that I was able to get back onto was, and they changed the name to Shenanigans, so I can see what people were posting on there, and they were posting, now they're all up in arms about the council meeting yesterday, I think it was.
Yeah, now you know what they're doing? Mark my words.
Well, it looks like they're trying to make it look like there's some types, because of the YMCA thing, though, so I was trying to follow that and see what they're talking about, why no council members would show up, so they could just push that through, and they're not even trying to do that, because they're trying to get a vote on it anyway.
No.
So you can't, I mean, bring it up in a meeting and then try to backdoor it afterwards, because people are going to know.
I know when he went to the meeting that we would not have a quorum.
Do you know why there wasn't? Like, because he's like out of the country or something.
Some big historical place where Eddie Mercury from Queen.
Gotcha.
So
who else didn't show up then?
Didn't show up.
Okay.
And evidently he had just called him. He wasn't coming. I haven't been coming to any of them, and I'll tell you why. So you know. In my protection order, I put, does all this harassing and taunting me at the council meetings.
Gotcha.
So, if I'm so afraid of her, why would I go to council meetings when I know she's going to be there?
Well, the protection order should make her leave, though, right?
Well, that's if I get it.
Oh, so you haven't actually had the... Okay.
We go to the hearing on the 11th.
You said the 11th. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so yeah.
I was going to say, because, I mean, you're on council, so you'd have more priority to be there than she would. I mean, that's...
Right, but, so that's why she was tipped off to get up there, because they knew that if I win, she don't get to come to council. Because she put in one of her things that she would still like to be able to come to council and help with the city. like she's running the city. I'm telling you,
like I said, I've watched a majority of it, and I try to follow it just so I know what's going on and try to figure out what all these different things are.
Call me and I'll tell you what's happening.
It gets way too in depth. Like I said, the last probably 3 weeks, I've just.
And you know the funny thing is I have them all blocked on my Facebook. They've been blocked for a long time.
The unfortunate part about Facebook now is you can make like alternate accounts.
On all them.
You don't even have to get out of your original account to get switched to them now. So.
You have the sister and
okay.
So and Carl brought in all his kids in on this.
I seen him last night with somebody at the council chambers. But
that was a little girl?
I think so.
That's his. It's a lifeguard out at the pool that went back and told Daddy about in a protection order.
Oh, gotcha.
Got it?
Yeah, because we didn't know much about any of that original stuff because nobody.
Well, see, Melissa put on Facebook, he's got a protection order on him, and then they're bringing up all this stuff that was 20 years old that they say about him and that, and I said, you know, what I don't understand, even if it was 20 years ago, if Mr. did what you're saying, he would have a police record, and he would be registered as a pedophile. And guess what? There ain't none.
Right.
So that was, and then I come back later, they were saying more, and I'm like, there is no protection order. They went in for an emergency one.
Right.
And it was not granted because there was no witnesses, statements, no nothing.
Right.
So then they had to wait till the hearing for the regular one.
Gotcha.
So from the time they were posting this on a he had none. So they were calling him perverts. They were calling him child molesters, which we printed it all out and go to the attorney, because guess who's going to be sued?
Oh yeah, and that's one of those things is like you can't really say stuff unless
you better be able to back.
If they're convicted of it, yeah, that's fair enough. They've been tried in court and things like that.
But see, you know what? I told him on there. I said, all I can tell you is this dumb Carolyn here is telling you smart asses there. You better stop right now, or you better have proof to back everything that you are saying, that, by the way, is being printed out right now, because when this goes to court, and I'm sure that it will come back to you two here, and there's where it's coming at. And you know what I said? Bring it on. I said, she goes, I'm looking forward to it. And I said, let me tell you what your daddy won't be looking for. There's not going to be a bank in this town that will loan your daddy enough money to cover the problem that you're just now going to have to pay for.
Gotcha.
And they threw it all out like I didn't know.
That was one thing. The only time I've really got involved in things was when they were talking about and our response to it, because like they said we weren't doing anything because of who he was. And I kind of was like, look, I don't know anything about this. Everything I've tried to figure out about it, like there's no paper trail with us that I could find that there was even a complaint made. So I don't know how true it is. That you kind of got to wait and see. And I said, even so, just because somebody goes for protection order doesn't mean that there's actually a complaint made with the police department. I try to defend the police department more than anything. I don't want people to think that we're not doing anything. So I told them, I said, look, I've had to charge a council member for another council member for trespass. So I mean, I'll do my job regardless of who it is because I have to.
But yes, but you know what? You're opening yourself up.
And right, and that's what I got talked to about by the chief. He said just not to interact. He didn't say we couldn't be on there. He said if you're on there,
if you want to be on and look
observing.
at it. Now I know why.
Right.
Because if you come up to my house and you got something, I'm going to say, you go. I don't even want to talk to you. And you're in my hate group. You're in a hate group.
And that's what I talked to Captain Walker about. I was like, I know because he told me, she did talk to me. He's like, just don't, comment. He's like, I understand what you were commenting about because it was trying to defend us, but just being in there and active could look bad. And he's like, if you're on there, it's one thing.
Right.
It becomes like they're
just
be
the
the
eyes and ears without saying anything.
Right, and that's my soft spot is the police department. People saying we're not doing something because.
And mine is the council.
Right, so it's like.
And I take counsel above you because we pay you.
Right, and that's the thing is like I was just like, it's not that we're not doing anything. We didn't even know about it, and then there's no police report. And I said, if there's no police report, then I don't know if I would start spreading these.
And it also started back over to when caught doing those T-shirts for you guys.
Right, and that was so I was looking at an outside place to do that, and they were going to charge me double what they were going to charge me, and I don't know all the things that go into like council members and what they can and can't do.
Should have.
And he should have. And he's the one that reached out to me, and he's like, oh, we can do it for this at cost. And I was like, oh, that's wonderful because we're trying to get this cost.
Yeah.
And
you know what? It was a citizen that brought it to our attention.
That turned into the biggest mess ever. Once I got those things done, I was so happy to be done with it. And we got our car. Thankfully, we did get our car. So
but then that also made, because I got on there and made a comment.
She's got a very bad issue with saying things on Facebook. I do agree. She
come out defending for anything.
She basically gets on there and pokes the bear, and
she comes to council to poke the bear, and I'm the bear. And nobody sees it. The mayor and everybody sitting back on my side that looks that way sees it, but the ones on that side and that don't see it. But I'm a straight target for them all, and they all sit back there, they laugh, they snicker, they do it all. I've even got off Facebook. The mayor said, get off Facebook for a while. Okay. He's working at me. Now he broke my heart.
Yeah, we actually had to deal with his brother the other night, too. I feel bad for his dad, but...
Who's his brother? Well, you don't have to tell me. I didn't know he had a brother.
Yeah, and he's got some issues going on, too. We actually had to track him across town and arrest him for some stuff. Come out and pick him up, and it was not good. So now he's dealing with both of his sons' stuff. So
and I tell everybody, don't hate.
Every time I talk to him, he's a great prosecutor.
Here's
when
what
it comes
he
down to
is.
what we're dealing with.
He is, because we talk a lot. Was brought up spoiled. He brought up in a family of lawyers, so of course that was drilled for him at the beginning. So then he gets into that, so he was never who he was or is. He probably don't even know who he is. So, and then he gets under, and he has told a couple of us after being under, was really mean to him because he grew up with their family. So he knew him when he was little. That's why he put him on council.
Gotcha.
Okay? But they did that for a reason. What do you think that reason is?
I wasn't a big fan of him.
He grew up with us in the family. He knows us. We're all good friends.
Do what he says.
There you go. And that was a fight that was fighting within himself. Maybe he didn't want to do the wrong things when it come to legal paperwork. But there was something in it rode him like a horse till he did it.
Now, I lost a lot of respect for him when I got on the negotiations for our union, and he didn't want to even sit down with us, and that really...
I got on it. I got on it with when he blackballed the positive seekers from getting any sponsorship from any place in this town.
That was the first place I met you, back when I was on auxiliary. I think it was like 2018. I remembered you guys would be out and about a lot, and I remembered you from that. But
we did it 3 years in a row.
No,
it was a good thing. The fair board and everybody. I had people coming from Michigan to set up. And them had lied about all of that, So I had to send all the money back, and then from there, I still got the letter that was sent by, what's her name? Administrator. Where they weren't going to be able to help us.
Yeah.
And to take it down on Water Street. What's that little park?
Harmon?
Yeah, we could take red, white, and blues to Harmon Park.
You just had that at Allmiller?
We had it at Allmiller, and the next place we had it at Allmiller two, 3 times. And then the mayor and them, then the mayor and them talked us into going to the fair board with the fireworks. You could have that whole day to do what the red, white, and blues had. We had the bands, good bands, not all kinds of stupid shit like this.
Gotcha.
And we didn't charge anybody except for the park. Any vendor that set up, they paid $25 to set up. After the $25, whatever they made, we didn't want none of it.
Oh.
We even had the police department in one of our dunk tanks, and
I know I'd make a lot of money if I got one of those. There's a lot of people.
We had Kepke in it, and you know what we did with the money for that? We gave it back to you guys to help fund whatever it was that you were doing.
No, that's one thing that.
It was for everybody. It wasn't just a kids thing. It was.
Right.
We had a chainsaw carver there. We had the people that do the colonial things and stuff.
Okay.
They were there. They brought their cannon, and we paid them $25 for every shot they shot out of the cannon.
Huh.
That was plus having them there. And everybody was just standing there watching the smoke come from that little cannon.
No, it sounds like a good time.
It was. We wanted it for women, men, and kids. Tired of having everything for the woman and the kids, and the man just walks around like this, you know.
Yeah.
No, we wanted something for the man, and we were thinking about having a great big giveaway for a man. And everything, everybody gave to us. We on National Night Out, we used to cook for you guys. You all would come here.
That's something I would like to change around here. Is like Marion, they have their police department, sheriff's office gets together, and they actually have like a big thing. Instead of having a bunch of little ones, they have one like with the police department where people can all come to. I do think that'd be nice to have. But
I like this one because some people can't get out.
It's nice to have, and we like going around and see people. But I would like to
personal.
have at least maybe like every other year the police department does a big thing so people can come out and actually see us all.
I used to, he would plug his house, and he would play his music and shit.
Gotcha.
I made my gravy sliders that nobody else makes. Kentucky Fried Chicken sponsored us with coleslaw.
Okay.
We did, Carly sponsored us with bratwurst. We bought the hot dogs from Gordon's. It was just, and I think we fed you all. That's how I met everybody.
Like I
So
said,
I loved it.
I would like to see a lot more positive stuff. Like I said, housing and jobs and things are what's probably the most
But
important to me.
we're so busy with this.
That's what bothers me. It's like I know that there's stuff that needs to be done, but it's like we're sidetracked on this other stuff.
And that's why
those
I get
people,
mad.
they're blaming you, but it's also they're continuing it.
But if you was,
Sounds like somebody just got hit by a car all over there. So I'm gonna go.
if you sit and look at that, start from what you just said. It started with me, and then go from there and just write notes and watch how high up to where it is right now.
I got you.
You'll see what it is.
Well, it was nice talking to you, Carolyn. I'm glad we could clear some stuff up, though. So, like I said, if you have any questions, just ask Captain Walker. He'll tell you more, but that's all he told me to say. So,
You're my buddy.
okay. It was nice
I
seeing you,
love
Carolyn.
my
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem.